Archie Belair.
Okay.
Done. Yay! So I've been on that clipboard. I haven't been able to take very many pictures. On Instagram right now, but I go in there and I'm like, oh, what is this post? This is what I do. You're so young. She's like 25 years old. I'm just like, oh, you're so cute. You just kind of the thing is, I like her attitude because she says, you know, runners should never starve themselves. They should never be worried about you know, stop worrying about weight as much as getting good nutrition in you. And I'm like,
Yep.
awesome. Yeah, go good. That's exactly the message that I like to hear. Because I know so many, especially women, who don't fuel enough. They end up
Oh, yeah.
like they feel bonk on a 5K.
Women have, well, we all have trouble, but women have, they start losing calcium. So now typically women struggle more with bone density than we do.
Yes.
Of course, we have our thing. We got more prostate. We have prostate problems.
You have
and
prostate problems, you can get zinc issues, you can get a lot of iron issues depending on how you eat. I mean,
Yeah.
if your iron is not absorbing properly.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, and women get that a lot. But I know some men.
But calcium is terrible for women
Yeah, that's it.
because then they got weak bones,
Uh-huh.
and it's very easy to get injured. And
It's very easy. Injuries are more common. And so, yeah, so she's all about nutrition, stop being worried about weight, worried about how you're feeling, and, you know, if your clothes are fitting okay, don't worry about your weight.
now
You wanna
then the
lose
nutrition is not identical because see, I read
and
that
everybody's got their own kid.
male they should be eating things that naturally promote testosterone, while females should be eating things that promote progesterone. So the opposite is complicated. If I eat a lot of things that, for instance, soybeans and things like that
Actually,
are more.
that's a myth. That's actually
Is it?
proven. You can eat as much soy as you want for your health. The guy who they based that study off of was drinking like 6 to 8, get a half gallon of soy milk every day.
Okay.
Every single day. I mean, he was like overdosing on soy.
Well, the same they did said about tofu, I think.
Yeah. And they say go for the tofu. It's actually really, really good for you. Any kind of soy products are doing that. Anything in excess is good.
Right.
You get balance, you get as much variety in your diet as you possibly can, especially from the plant world, because that's your fiber, those are your carbs. Hit those carbs, hit the carbs, don't be afraid of them, stop doing the low carb things, because that's going to kill you.
No.
That will eventually not be good for you. You need that. That's your energy.
No, the carbs is the fuel.
Yeah, exactly. And
You shouldn't. I shouldn't exaggerate the carbs.
But you get these runners who get on the keto kit and they go high fat, low carb, and it's like,
No.
yeah, you're going to lose some weight. You're going to feel great for a little while because you're not eating a lot of garbage.
It's a balance. It's a balance.
But in the long run, it's not good for you.
But no, but minimum carbs if you do workout is not possible.
It's not. No, you're not going to.
No.
You're not going to get that energy. You're not. And so she's all about, you know, eat the way that feels good for you, but do not skip on this. Do not skip on that. Stop having this. Stop the mental thing of I need to be skinny in order to run faster. It's not true.
Well, you need to be fit and healthy.
Yeah,
No,
it's the diet culture. It's the diet culture. So I say that as I eat a kale.
Well, the
salad.
other thing, it might make sense, but one thing is for sedentary people and the other thing is for active people. Because now they talk a lot about intermittent fasting, which is ridiculous. Say, okay, the 16 hours, I heard of you fast 16 hours and all your meals are within 8 hours.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And then they don't eat breakfast. I'm like, that's when you get your glycogen luggage in stores than you. What are you
Absolutely.
talking about?
Now,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. You have to be overweight and sedentary.
Yeah, you can't be moving at all, and even then, your brain alone takes
Exactly.
1,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
You have to have it. Oh, here comes Leah!
Hey.
Leah! Yay! Checking her off my list.
All right, Leah.
Hey! Got it, girl! Not fun.
So 2 points more, huh?
Do I do another?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're
I
done.
did sign up. No, I'm done.
I didn't see the last time around. I mean,
No, but it,
you say it was going to be terrible. I mean, 5.509. Come on. I mean,
it's okay. You did great. You did great.
there are some people that, even if they are not in their best shape, they always do fine in the long distance. Like Leah.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
She always finishes.
Yeah.
She always finishes.
Exactly.
No, I hand it to anybody. I mean, I ran the last time we had the real one. What was that, 2019?
Yeah, because the last two were in Foxfield,
And
which I did the men's
The
for my
McClory
there
meat
and I got
management
hurt
stuff.
yeah,
because of the camber.
you have to be a real cross country ace.
Yeah, no.
I love cross country, but my ankles don't. So there's a difference.
Well, it's different when you're 18 than when you're 50, 60.
Yeah, and when you have one heavily pronating leg. So. But anyway, I ran the 4 miler. I did my warm up, ran the race. It was kind of like iffy.
That's a nice course
I like it. I
because
really
it's
like it.
I mean it's pretty flat. You got a couple of turnarounds, like a little
Oh,
bit up, a
it's
little
so
bit down,
much
but
fun.
it's good. It's
You
flat.
kind of finish on an uphill with the stinks, but you know, I mean, it's a great time. Anyway, oh.
It looks too fresh too.
Yeah, way too good. He looked way too good. But anyway, so I finished it, so I did my cool down on the same course. I just ran around with the walkers. So I was just jogging
Yeah.
with the walkers. And they say, oh, well, you ran it. We're only walking. I said, okay, let's do it. And I'm sitting there jogging. I said, okay, let's get some pictures right now. You go out of bed, put on your shoes, came out here, and you're doing this course. Guess what? Your feet is that much longer than I am for how slow you are. You are actually on your feet longer, and you're making an effort, and you're having a great time. You're running in front. I didn't run with anybody. I didn't have a good time. I'm having a good time now with you. I said, you're out there moving, you're feeling great. You're doing more than 95% of your population. I mean, you're rocking. So it's not like getting out there, you know, and just being active. That means so much more. I mean, just that 4 mile walk is a trip, and I do that. I can't wait for it to be back on. I hope it is like, because I can't do the cross country.
No.
I still have. I'm still worried about my foot.
I normally don't get injured. When I did the men's 4 miler, I pushed it.
Oh, did you?
It was a good race for me. I mean, age graded, I was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I pushed it hard. Now my overall time was more or less, but then when I age graded, I was overall. So I did well. But then a week later, I got a huge pain all over here,
You got
all
it.
over the camber. And it was really hard.
Yeah.
So I had to stop for a month and a half. So I said I never run here again, unless I'm gonna jog it. But a race, you get pushed.
No racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I mean New Year, and then the
And
men's
so the
miler
path
again. I
is
mean,
not cleared of
for the
any,
10 miler, I
any
just
thorns
couldn't
or anything,
wait.
so that first week could be a little
Yeah,
rough.
that's tough.
Maybe 20 years younger, I could travel, not now.
No.
So hopefully the next 10 miler is going to be on the traditional course, because
I hope
I'm not going to Foxfield, for sure.
I'm not opening registration until at least probably end of January because
Right.
I'm not canceling a race again.
Yeah. No, that was too rough. And,
Right.
and we
So
don't even know if you can do it.
do you think it's going to be the 17th, what weekend? 26?
Yeah, it'll be the end of the month.
That is the most likely.
Okay. Well, just in case, I'm gonna try to do the lottery for the cherry blossom. That's the first Sunday of April. So it's gonna be I have 8 days. So.
So I asked for the last 2 weekends in March and the first weekend in April, and I was told that the 26th is the most likely date. Okay. Do you think it's going to be on the road or back?
That's
at
interesting
Foxfield?
because that used to be all the time, and then they had to push it 1 week earlier.
It all depends on the schedule at Dayton. And UVA athletics.
Who's coming in? No, it's not.
Yeah, 150.
All right. Come on, Teresa. You
Yeah.
are. Look at that smile.
Yeah.
Awesome! Oh my God.
You're allowed those emotions. Let them flow.
Oh,
But we have the 5:30s cut off technically, right?
yeah. And that's in 15 minutes.
So if anyone is coming and still needs to do the 2 miles, they're probably gonna, right?
So our last person was turned. 24
Right.
turned.
Okay, great.
So 1.1.
Fireman's carry.
You don't mind? There's
So
a
everybody
girl.
should be finishing.
Of course, I'd like to wait for.
Yes.
What's your phone number?
Yes.
I got a picture to send you. I don't care. Give me the number.
319 321.
Is it for 3?
It's area code 319
Okay.
321 9041.
It was like, oh, that is beautiful. That's my first emotion, like when I did it. Too.
I just, yeah.
And you're going, you'll never get any other race is not going to do this.
I loved the person on the course. It was
Oh,
good.
that's pretty common.
I love
I
it.
can't believe that was the first picture.
Actually, I saw it the first
Yeah.
time. I loved it so much.
Normally
Leo
when I
sent
get
me
reading
one.
glasses,
and so
that
I
happens all
was,
the time.
I was helping out at a high school, and I'm like, I'm here to be your corner and cone and stuff. I said, you put me anywhere you want. I will give wrong directions. I probably will move. I mean, but yeah, it was so much fun. You did it.
I did. I was not. I signed up for this because they went virtual for me on 50, which I've been signed up for. I'm like, I don't know.
These are trifocals.
So I looked for a marathon.
Were you able to defer it to either?
I mean,
Because
they're
I'd already
expensive,
deferred
but I mean,
and I just
I
figured
use it
because I
forever.
went a 50 miler in 20 hours.
I don't care. It's like $500.
That's like my husband.
Like I want my summer back. So I was like, what am I going to do with all this fitness? And then right after I signed up, my training took a big nosedive. So he had kind of test that on the way to
Because,
the courses and it's like,
the reason I started with the special glasses is basically because
I did not
initially I was just
that was my goal.
I don't have any
Like, I know
problems,
I'm
just presbyopia because of
none
getting
of
old.
it was walking.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, well,
the problem started when I noticed that driving
and I did it.
in the dark is a
There's a
problem.
girl in the course.
Especially places I didn't know.
Oh,
If you're driving in the
she's,
dark in
she
places you
just
know it's
hit,
fine,
she
but
just
then if
hit
you're
the
looking
turnaround,
for
so
exit
I just got texted.
with
So
all the
she's,
blur and
she's got a
that
mile
was
left.
the problem.
Excellent.
So and with this, it's end of the problem.
This is a great race. I would do it again.
It is fun. And I mean, the only complaints that we get from participants are those ones who are running super fast. The turnarounds are,
They do
So I like this.
they slow
because
you down,
it's
but
for
I mean,
TV
like,
and driving.
like,
And,
whatever, I kind of like this.
yeah,
But
yeah,
you're
but
running,
still, when I'm at the
are-
computer
one of the first races.
or when
we
I'm
did,
reading little letters in a book, I got another reading glasses.
he was worried about the turnarounds, and
full
so
glass.
he
Those
had
are
it to
cheap.
where we
It's
set
like
it
a
up
three-
to where he could do these
three
big
or three and a
turns and
half.
stuff, so he didn't have to slow
So
down.
that-
And we're
those are
like,
more
I don't care, you know, as long as you go around the
little
cone.
letters
So he
and
actually
stuff like that
probably
on
ran a
the
little
computer.
further.
So there were two
This I can,
guys,
but
both
it's a
wearing
little
black.
but
One was
for
short hair
TV,
and one
for
longer
TV, these
hair.
are perfect.
They were in the lead for a long long time,
TV,
and then all
movie,
of, like
theater,
the
I
guy
mean,
with the
it's great.
ponytail started falling off. Did he? end up
He ended up just doing the half. He's
Because I never saw him again after
yeah,
that.
because
He's like,
new
I
baby.
can't win. I don't want to do it.
and he's like a new baby, and he's like his training wasn't there, and he's like, and he only signed up for the marathon knowing that if he wanted to, he could change. And he actually won the half by 17 seconds.
That's awesome. Yeah, he was like, they were both looking.
Yeah, well, and because with the first loop, you know, because I was marking, you know, we were putting cones out and stuff, and yeah, we saw them neck and neck, and they were back neck and neck, and then the one guy came, and I was like, where?
It was like over 2 minutes because I was like timing it, and I was gonna, because I was like waiting for him. I was gonna tell him, 30 seconds out, and it's like.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is that the next time I saw him, he actually gained on it.
He
Well,
gained,
because he knew he didn't have to run a full marathon,
Yeah.
so he's like pouring it on.
yeah, he opted to just do the half, so.
I considered it. But I was like, I love the sign. It was like the back of the sign at the bridge on the other side. So I could kind of see it, and it said, I think it said,
Our traders are,
where your, oh, I love that one too, but where your body, what your body will achieve what your mind believes. I don't know if that's what it actually said,
520.
but I was like,
well, and that's it, because it's, so, one of my first yoga classes, you know, I'm in yoga doing stuff, and we're doing balancing, and I wasn't doing anything. The instructor came up to me, and she's like,
I'm going to go to
I
ACAC a
can't
little
balance.
bit later.
She's like, yeah, with that attitude, you can't. And that has stuck with me for so long, and that's it. It's like,
To downtown?
and that's it. It's like when you, I mean, I run distances, and it's like, do I, you know, am I, oh, this is not feeling good. Is this, I'm going to, you know, injure myself? How am I?
Normally,
It's just
if
my
I go
mind.
to
like
the
always
weekdays,
checking.
if I'm here,
I'm
I
always
go
checking
like
with myself. There was a weird, like I was
6,
thinking,
look,
Oh, okay. Oh, you're.
but I just, I like, people probably thought it was really weird, because I change up my cadence
Right.
to like not let the repetitiveness.
It's open week except Friday. It's open until like 9.
Trying to like,
So if I get
Well,
there
and
close to 6,
I-
and I start fighting,
When
it's
you
when
run a
people
lot of
start
hills,
going out, so it's
changing
easier to
what muscles in
park
charge.
it.
Whereas when you're running flat, it's
Go
good.
at
And I
5.
hate it here because it's too flat.
Yeah, that's going to be much
it
better.
was just flat. This was his first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, and this is, well, and have you ran Richmond?
Oh, is it
Like the
crowded
half. I've
and
only
early in the
done the
morning?
half.
No, I didn't.
You'll have more people early, like the
Are you,
Pre-work.
you Charlottesville?
No.
Normally people start working around 8, so probably at 7 it's pretty busy.
Okay, so, I train in the hills of Charlottesville.
Maybe noon.
And I find this too flat, but like Richmond to me is just hilly enough. And at, you know, the 6 mile mark, halfway mark, you're in a park, and it's this big long downhill.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
you gotta
early
do this
birds
big
and
long
they-
uphill. And
they
everybody's
work
like, oh,
up,
it's so
no-
big, and I'm
almost
like,
little
oh, this is
breakfast,
perfect.
and
It's
they-
exactly kind of what I
breakfast
need.
and work.
Yeah.
And it's one where,
I'm not a, I'm
like
lazy, I'm not
Richmond
a
almost
early
feels like if you're driving, it doesn't feel like you're going
have
up
to,
and
I
down
wake
hills,
up.
but it's just ever so slightly up and down. And so that to me is just perfect.
No, I totally agree with you. It's a lot. That's why I like trail running, because it's like you don't get the same like, crap that's happening
By
like
5 o'clock this evening.
Well, and I'm afraid of trail running because I can trip over my own 2 feet with nothing in front.
I am laser focused because I had a period of time where I was starting to fall a lot, even on like I could river running. So this morning I was like really worried. I was like had my head
Yeah.
on the brightest setting.
After I finished dinner, after 5 o'clock, I stopped.
I was a little worried about when my yeah, I was gonna stand over here and like stretch.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, don't run.
I can move. I got this. I'm coming. I'm going.
12 hours from eating.
That's depending what you eat, it makes you more hungry or not. If you just eat sweet things, it makes you more hungry.
I eat a lot. I eat my normal salad. All I feel better for a while. And there's a certain point, if I have a sweet potato, I don't care how fast it's moving or it's something. It's not hungry. usually have a really big lunch that way.
Well, how long is it? Well, you're doing the same, well, and I've had the argument with like those who run super fast and those who run not
Well,
super fast.
I'm gonna ask Leah